In the world of sales, what's something that helps you be a closer that most people don't think of? I'm Scott Sylvan Bell. I'm coming to you live from Sacramento, California on a perfect day to talk about sales and a perfect day to talk about you. Now, here's the thing. I get to work with salespeople every day. I get to look inside other organizations. I get to work in different industries. And I see a common trend where salespeople go, you know what? Here's the thing. I think that I'm just going to have to wait for the company to invest in me in order for me to close deals. And I'm okay with making 80 grand a year, 100 grand a year, whatever the number is. And I'm cool with that. And there's guys in the building and girls in the building. They're doing double, triple, quadruple that. But I'm cool because nobody's investing in me. Now, there's an old stat that floats around in the world of sales that the average salesperson in this industry, in your industry, spends less than $20 a year on their own education or their own materials. And you start thinking about that, there's different things that you could use that would allow you to close deals in your sleep, okay? So I'm a huge fan of building funnels. So you got Russell Brunson and funnel hackers, and there's all sorts of different people out there that teach how to build a sales funnel. And so what I see is salespeople go, well, the company that I work for gives me marketed leads. I'm gonna wait for those marketed leads, and if I don't close them, they'll give me more marketed leads. Instead of saying, wait a minute, maybe I get paid more as a percentage for me to bring in my own client and my own customer. Why wouldn't I learn how to build out a funnel, right? Build out a marketing sequence, and then build out an autoresponder sequence and build up a follow-up sequence so that I can get clients in my sleep to get a better percentage. But you know what? Holy crap, that would take time, energy, and effort. And if I do that type of stuff, then it's going to take away time for me playing video games or watching sports on TV, okay? So I talked to a guy recently, and we were talking back and forth, and he goes, hey, Scott, I invest $20 a month into a service that allows for me to get sales while other people aren't. And this last month, I got 4 deals. I closed 4 deals in a month by paying $20 a month. Now, knowing this guy, let's just say on average, he makes $1,000 commission on each one of those deals. Closed 4 deals, made $4 grand. It cost him $5. $5 per deal to make that happen, all because he was willing to look into some sort of automation. And I see salespeople fall for this a lot. They think that it's the company's job that they work for to baby them and coddle them, and they're not willing to step outside and think about it. So talk to this same guy. At one point, he was a sales manager, and he got after his team, and he said, hey, sales guys, if you're not doing all the work and effort and you're not closing deals, it's not my fault as a manager, it's your fault as a salesperson. Because remember, in sales, it's not me against you, it's me against me first, which means I got to put in the work, the energy, and effort. He went through a really important list of questions. He said, after you meet with your buyer, are you sending them thank you cards? And everybody's like, no. Well, I'm a huge believer in that. I think you should. It doesn't take any time, energy, or effort more than 50 cents, maybe $1, and maybe 2 minutes of your life to do this. It's not a huge investment. It's low risk, high reward, okay? Are you making follow-up phone calls? Are you leaving paperwork to be signed and sent back? I mean, he starts asking all these questions, and most salespeople couldn't answer the question with a yes, right? The biggest plague in the world of sales is laziness. Most salespeople are lazy, and this is where you have a complete advantage. 1, you're watching a video to learn how to get better, and 2, I'm going to give you some goods. You should have a pre-stage follow-up process, whether it's email, writing, letters, that you pay for yourself, because here's the thing. Most salespeople aren't even going to do it. I could give you the secret sauce. I could tell you everything to do right here, and I could tell you if 1,000 people watch this video, maybe 5 people will do it, right? Those are the numbers. Maybe 5 people will do it, and they'll have that process with them for the rest of their life. It'll make them an extra $15,000, $20,000, $30,000 in the next couple of years. But most salespeople won't do it. You should have a text process that you have automated, right? You know what you're going to text. You could cut and paste if that's what you do. You should have an email follow-up campaign. You should have a web page with your own content on it. You should have your own buyer's guide. You should have things that go along in your follow-up process that make it really easy for a buyer to go, yeah, I wasn't ready to move forward today. I'm ready to move forward in the future, so here's what we're going to do, okay? It's not your company's responsibility to give you every single tool. Sometimes you have to go out and invest on your own. There's places where you can find this stuff. There's a website called AppSumo, AppSumo, Sumo, right? AppSumo.com. And you can buy sometimes autoresponder series and follow-up sequences. There's plenty of people that'll teach you. It'll cost you $200 to get a good follow-up sequence, right? There's plenty of people out there that teach how to do it. It'll cost you a couple $100 a year to maintain that server, because you got to maintain the rules that go along with it. You could go to Facebook and learn how to do Facebook advertising for free. You could learn how to do some free advertising on YouTube. Like, these platforms want you to advertise on them, and they want you to pay them. You just have to be really good at it. And what happens is, instead of spending all the money that you make on the advertising, you put it back into the advertising, and then it becomes a marketing machine, and eventually you may not even have to ever do sales. You can move on and say, I'm not going to be a salesman in this industry. I'm going to teach people how to follow up. Perfect, because not a lot of people teach that effectively. There you go. So you got one thing to do from here, just one thing. Find the subscribe button and click on it. Every time I send out a video, you'll get an update that says Scott Bell Consultant sent out another fantastic video. You should check it out, which you should. We'll see you soon. Aloha.